What's going on, y'all? This is OBB, the Diecast News Guy, bringing you all with a very special Diecast review, and you guys can tell by the sound of my voice and the title of this video, I am really excited for this review because this is the first for my channel, and if you guys have already tell that, you know, the hype is definitely for real, guys. Let's just say the next-gen diecasts are finally here, guys. I mean, we've had a few weeks that have been rocking and rolling, and we've had a lot of great YouTubers already that have already got their first looks and their hands-on of NASCAR diecasts, including, you know, the great Eric Estep, and now Race Craze 95 got some very recently. And if you guys are at the tracks, if you guys were at Gateway and Sonoma, and coming up in 2 weeks in Nashville, you guys are able to get these diecasts right now for $12, or you guys can wait and not pay the ridiculous prices on eBay. I literally can't believe people are going nuts for these things, like $50 or more for a 1/64 scale toy car. Yeah, I mean, we live in some crazy times, my friends. But I am so excited that I was able to get this diecast and the other one from one of my good buddies, Josh, on Instagram. He has a Instagram account, and he hooked me up because he was at Gateway. His Instagram username is TyGibbsFan2021. Give him a follow, guys, because he really did a good job hooking me up, because I really want to get these diecast out for you guys, because I want to give you guys my impression on this. But this is going to be on my first ever next gen diecast review on Ryan Blaney's 2022 Libman Menards Ford Mustang for Team Penske on the brand new next gen, or I guess you could say current gen car. But holy crap, guys, this is it, guys, and I didn't pay a fortune for this thing, so I'm very thankful for that. And heck, let me just say, guys, just, you know, just do your research, and if you guys can find a good bargain, go for it, or just wait for a few weeks until these diecasts officially get released, because we are getting very close. I know people are so excited and they want to get these diecasts in their hands, but heck, guys, I mean, just wait, because it looks like this is going to be worth the wait, and hopefully this review is going to be, I don't know, I guess your guys' you know, introduction to the new generation of NASCAR diecast. And this one in particular looks really cool. We got ourselves the new box design right here, which is, you know, pretty much on the basic side, but I do like they added the year and the next gen, so that's pretty cool. Ryan Blaney in the Cup Series. But with no further introduction out of the way, let's go ahead and start this diecast review and the official unboxing of Ryan Blaney's 2022 Libman Menards Ford Mustang for Team Penske. And alrighty, guys, we got this diecast out of its box, and man, let me tell you what, I mean, throughout my whole 26 years of being a NASCAR diecast collector, as I guess you say I've been one throughout my whole life, I never thought I'd be so excited over a 1/64 scale NASCAR diecast. And boy, let me tell you what, man, I am really excited, alright? You know, I know I exaggerate on a lot of things, but let me tell you what, I am not bullshitting you guys. This right here, first impressions, looks pretty darn cool, I will admit, alright? You know, no bullshit aside, this looks cool. But I will point out there are two things I will notice right off the bat that, you know, because I'm a perfectionist, so, you know, my diecasts have to be, I guess you could say, perfect. But, you know, the common people are not going to mind this, but there's two things I did notice right off the bat that people aren't going to notice and be like, wait a minute. So, of course, this does have the giant-ass spoiler, as Dale Jr. likes to call. That's unfortunately something that Lionel couldn't really change at the moment. Otherwise, we probably would have had more of a bigger delay. So I guess it's better than you know, than nothing. But don't worry, guys. Lionel, I believe, is going to be updating this mold. I mean, they have, you know, updated molds in the past with the Gen 6 cars. But I think the first few batches we're going to be getting the giant spoilers, because, you know, that's, you know, not the current package that we got. Which thankfully we don't have the giant spoilers, because I think we probably would have had some pretty underwhelming racing. I mean, so far the racing product has been really good with the next gen cars, guys, especially that Co 600 race. My lord, how about a fantastic race that was. Can't really say that about the short tracks, so the short tracks have been kind of, but another thing I've noticed that right off the bat is that we do got some ride height issues right there, guys. You see right there, there's a pretty noticeable gap between the wheel wells and the tires. I mean, I know we do have a new tire there. It's a lot more slimmer and narrow compared to, you know, the original Goodyear tires from the Gen 6 cars. A lot more less curvier as well. But I do believe that they're supposed to be a little bit lower. I think, like, instead of here, it's supposed to be like a little bit more lower or so. I mean, and, you know, I kind of probably know what I'm talking about, because, you know, I was at 3 of these next gen races already. I was at the Daytona 500 for this year, which that was cool, being my first. And I just recently went to the Darlington Goodyear 400 race, and I was also at the next gen test back in January for the Daytona next gen test. And let me tell you what, man, these things looked pretty cool, and when and they got me pretty excited about not only the racing but the diecast, because you guys know me. I mean, being a NASCAR fan, you gotta love the racing, you gotta love the diecast. And I think Lionel Racing did a pretty good job with the first impressions. But another thing you guys are probably going to notice right off the bat is that these things are a little bit lighter. And I think the main reason why these things are a little bit lighter, I mean, they're not like significantly lighter, like, oh my god, these things feel like, I don't know, like plastic. No, these things are still metal with plastic tires and a plastic chassis. But look at this, guys. We got ourselves a pretty much flat chassis, all right? With the EL mold and Lionel Racing's and, the licensing made in China. Isn't that fantastic? But we got the rear diffuser inlets right there, which is pretty cool. I mean, that looks pretty badass. I was kind of worried how these were going to turn out, but I'm glad that they're actually colored because a lot of people were worried on the prototypes that they weren't colored. But I'm glad they're colored, so good job, Lionel, for doing that. I mean, it doesn't really take a genius to color, black chassis. So, but that's awesome, guys. That's really cool. I mean, I believe when we get these cars, I believe we're going to get the white chassis, I think, when we get these cars for the NASCAR Authentics, so that's definitely going to make them feel a little cheap. I will say another thing that probably makes these cars look cheap is that the silver or chrome rims. Yeah, I mean, if you had to compare these cars, I mean, these things kind of look like Matchbox or kind of like Hot Wheels, how the rims are, but kind of in a unique way, guys. I mean, I know people are going to be like, well, it's a toy car. Well, it kind of is, but some people, this still has little details for it to be considered a collectible as well. Hey guys, the choice is yours, guys. I mean, these things are going to be coming out very, very soon. But overall, guys, I really do like the overall product. I mean, the quality control doesn't look like it's too horrendous so far. I mean, I don't see any pretty major big quality issues. Like maybe like, I don't know, we do got like a little paint sliver right there, but nothing like misshaped or non-symmetrical or logos cut off. So generally so far, it looks like Lionel kind of cleaned up their act, but we'll see how consistent that will be as the year goes on. But you guys can see right here, we do also got the updated name banner as well. That was something I was a little worried, but that's the correct name banner placement with the manufacturer logo and the driver's last name. If you notice, it is a lot more smaller and narrow compared to what it was on the Gen 6 car. So I guess you could say that's pretty cool right there. I mean, I've noticed like this car is a lot more shorter, guys, a lot more shorter but wider. So if that's how I describe the next gen car in 2 words: shorter and wider. So nothing wrong with that, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, of course, people would be like, well, why did they change the name banners? Well, there's supposed to be like a little cutout right here for the airflow, I think. But I believe that the 164s aren't going to have this. I mean, I think the 124s are going to have like a decal, which kind of sucks. I kind of wish they would have made like a little hole or a cut right there. But I think later down the roads, we probably are going to see that. But and look how big this shark fin is too, guys. That is a huge shark fin. But my lord, guys. And we look at this. We got that stuff's a nice little. The roof is very small, guys. This thing is a lot more smaller compared to what we see with the OG roofs from the Gen 6 cars. And look at that short, narrow, and long decklet. I mean, never thought I would say those 3 words all together, but that is probably the tiniest decklet I've ever seen. But that is going to take some time getting used to, guys. I mean, but Menards were able to fit all their sponsors on there, so good job on Menards for doing that. I mean, that probably was, I don't know, it was more difficult putting those sponsors in or these tiny quarter panels. My God, thank God we didn't go to the quarter panel numbers, because that would have looked pretty bad and the numbers would have been warped. The number placement, I gotta admit, guys, people are gonna be like, whoa, BB, what's your opinion on the number placement? It's growing on to me. I don't have a problem with that at all. I know people who are traditionalists can be like, I still don't like the numbers, but hey, hey, is what it is, guys. Speaking of numbers, look at that little tiny number 12 we got right there. But looking at this front end, guys, I must say the Fords probably, I think, in my opinion, look the best out of the bunch, because they're different and they kind of go well with this mold. They really do, because this thing looks like a freaking stock car, guys. Let me tell you what, guys, this thing looks like, I don't know, the stock cars that you see in Cars 3, man. I mean, if I describe what the next gen cars look like, these things literally look like the cars that you see on Cars 3, where all the OG drivers are getting replaced with the new guys. I mean, we are in that generation, guys. I mean, I guess you could say Cars 3 kind of predicted the future, maybe. But I really do like this. But as you see right here, we do got where these little air outlets are for the hood. Those are decals. I'm kind of glad they're decaled. A lot of people were like, oh, why can't they cut them out? Well, they can't really, because I think that would have overlapped the decal. And yeah, but if you notice as well, guys, look how squarish and more, look at that hood, guys. That hood is like squarish and like it is huge, man. That is like the widest hood I've ever seen on a stock car. I mean, my lord, these things are just so different and cool, guys. But if you notice as well, guys, this thing has a unique splitter as well. You see, we got ourselves like a curvature right there. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but there's like a little inlet right there, like a little indent right here on the splitter. So it's not like a totally curved splitter. There are like some nice little inlets right here. So that's pretty cool. But it's mostly flat right here. But let me tell you what, man. I mean, that front end just looks so cool, man. My God, it looks very menacing, guys. I guess that's a good way to describe the Fords. But I'm looking forward to see how the Chevrolet's gonna look because we already seen the Toyotas with the Coca-Cola 600 program car. Going down this side right here, we do got the usual Menards monsters, but we do got we're gonna be looking at of course, you know, the wheel and the rim. You see right there. I mean, it does look pretty cheap with the silver paint. I think the black looks a lot more better, but at least silver paint is actually you know, it's pretty much, you know, got a nice good coat on it. It's not like what we've had in the past with the previous Lionel diecast with the paint quality that we've had on the rims, which have been very inconsistent. So I'm glad they you know, are very consistent on this. I mean, and these actually roll pretty well. I mean, a lot of people were worried that these weren't going to roll well, but they definitely did. And this thing also has got a working suspension. Look at that thing. It's almost like a car you see on Grove Street in a GTA, you know? My Lord. But the side skirts, I mean, kind of sucks we don't have colored side skirts anymore, but we do got, all the side skirts are black, but we do got a little exhaust port right there. And yeah, actually, this is another thing that people are going to notice. Part of the side skirt's kind of cut off right here, which is pretty cool because that's how it is on the real car. I mean, look at that, guys. I mean, you don't realize the small details on these things until you see them in person, guys. That is very cool. I mean, my Lord, guys, I just can't get enough of that flat chassis right there. I mean, my Lord, talk about the downforce on these SOBs. But coming into the back, guys, we do got, I think this is supposed to be like a bracket or extender for the window. I mean, I don't know why that's kind of there, but I guess, that's probably, I guess, they've done this in the past with the rear window, so I'm not sure what's going on right there, but you guys can help me out on that if you guys want to. But look at on the back, guys. The back bumper on this thing, it is so rounded, guys. I mean, my Lord, look at that thing. That thing literally, look at the circumference on that SOB. I mean, my Lord, that thing is just so curvy. It's kind of got that curvature like a NASCAR Authentics car, guys. I mean, look at that. Even the wheel wells stick out. I mean, you just never realize how wide these things are until you look at the back bumper of these things. But another thing to point out, I mean, the rear diffusers looks cool, but we got ourselves little rivets on the spoiler, which is pretty darn cool, guys. I like that. And we got a roof sponsor, I mean, on the decklet, so I'm surprised they were able to announce that. All right, there's our first quality issue right there. We got Advanced Auto Parts logos cut off, but other than that, it looks like we do got pretty much a flawless die cast. I mean, besides the quality issue right there. And I think even the interior looks a little different as well. I mean, I don't really want to take this out of the box yeah, it's already out of the box, dipshit. This is it has rivets on it, and I'm not the best on you know, taking die cast out of the rivets, but it looks like the steering wheel does stick out a little bit more. But I don't know, I'm sure my good friend LW3 is possibly going to yeah, look into that a little bit more. But now time to probably end this video on a high note, as we're going to showcase the side-by-side comparison, because I know this video is going to be quite long, but I wanted to give you guys a nice little fully detailed review on this. But the next one will be a lot more shorter for you all. But here is the side-by-side comparison of the Libman car from 2019, and you guys can see this thing is a lot more taller and a lot more narrower. Look at me, I can't even talk English right now. My Lord, what is English? But and you see what I mean by the hood, guys? The hood is a lot more squarish and wider. I mean, my Lord, guys, and we don't even have the little the window cow outlet anymore, guys. That's completely gone now. But this is just showing you guys how different these cars are. And then here's the big difference right here, of course, the number placement and of course the rims, guys. My Lord, let me tell you what, guys, I really do like the Goodyear printing on these tires for the next gen cars. They look pretty darn cool, but definitely do miss those color side skirts. But it just looks so much more different, guys. Going on to the back, I mean, you can clearly see the decklet's a lot more the decklet, man, oh my Lord. And just look how much curvier that spoiler is going on to the back. I mean, big difference, of course. These things are a lot more lower to the ground. Then coming down to the other side as well, pretty much the exact same as the other side. But hey, guys, I will say, oh yeah, and showcasing just how wide these things are. Look at the wheel welds. I mean, yeah, they do stick out here too, but this is on a whole nother level. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this nice detailed review. Hopefully you guys probably watched all this, and hopefully you guys got all the information as I can. If I did point out anything else I kind of missed out, I'll probably review on the Chase Briscoe car. But this is going to wrap up the diecast review and the fully detailed review of the next gen diecast for Ryan Blaney's 2022 Libman Menards Ford Mustang for Team Penske. Comment, subscribe, and this has been OBV. Hope you guys tune in later in this year for more 2022 diecast reviews. And anybody who's new, comment, subscribe, and catch you guys in the next diecast review.